molten rocks, circular craters, and countless legends found in cultures across the world may point to something extraordinary. Ancient wars fought with nuclear weapons. At least, that is what many researchers claim. Today, we will try to understand whether this theory could be true and whether humanity may have survived a nuclear catastrophe in the distant past. Some of the strongest alleged evidence of an ancient war involving weapons of mass destruction has been found in India. Near the city of Bombay lies the enormous Lonar crater, whose true origin remains uncertain. Descriptions of war in ancient Indian texts are incredibly vivid. God Gurkha hurled upon the cities of the Vrishas and Andhakas a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe. A column of fire rose into the sky, shining like 1,000 suns. Entire peoples were turned to ashes. Burned bodies could no longer be recognized. Whole armies, fleeing from the flames, jumped into rivers, but even the water burned them. Those who looked upon the blast lost their hair and nails, and food became poisoned. It is no coincidence that the father of the atomic bomb, inspired by these ancient descriptions, famously quoted an Indian text while witnessing the first nuclear explosion. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." In the codices of the Maya civilization, we find almost identical descriptions. A white flame consumed the bodies of men. A dog that returned to its masters lost all its fur, and then its claws fell out. Even in the legends of African pygmy tribes, there are references to a terrifying weapon described as a gigantic pillar of light reaching into the heavens. One of the most striking examples of a place supposedly devastated by an ancient nuclear strike is the city now known as Mohenjo-Daro, located in the Indus Valley. The city appears to have been destroyed in an instant. Archaeologists discovered large numbers of skeletons scattered through the streets, never buried, neither at the time nor centuries later. No one knows why. Analysis of thousands of stones found in the city showed that many were actually fragments of clay pottery fused together by sudden heating to temperatures between 1,400 and 1,600 degrees Celsius. Experts believe that 3 powerful shock waves spread for nearly 2 kilometers from the epicenter. Judging by the absence of skeletons near the center, some researchers speculate that people closest to the blast may have been completely vaporized. Most importantly, according to supporters of this theory, neither volcanic activity nor a meteor impact can fully explain the destruction. During an expedition through the Gobi Desert in the 1930s, the famous occultist and painter discovered numerous stones melted by intense heat. After examining them, he concluded that these lands may once have witnessed a war involving what he called the weapons of the gods. At that time, nuclear bombs had not yet been invented. In 1932, Surveyor was exploring the Sahara Desert when he encountered strange glass-like formations known as tektites. According to mainstream science, tektites are formed during meteor impacts, yet Clayton could find no evidence of any impact crater. Still, the tektites existed, meaning temperatures of at least 1,800 degrees Celsius must once have occurred there. Only after the invention of atomic weapons did some researchers begin suggesting that these formations might have been created during ancient nuclear explosions, events that could even have contributed to the formation of the Sahara Desert itself. This idea was later reinforced by Engineer E, who crossed the White Sands nuclear testing grounds and noticed tektites beneath his feet after atomic tests. He had previously seen identical formations in the deserts of Libya, the Sahara, and Mojave. Tektites were also discovered in the Lonar crater and in the Gobi Desert. From this emerged another theory. that some deserts may have been created by massive aerial nuclear explosions. Now let us travel to Uzbekistan, to the ancient city of Merv. According to official history, this flourishing city existed for 4,000 years before being destroyed by the Mongol invasions. Yet something strange remains unexplained. Buildings constructed from sun-dried mud bricks appear coated with a hardened glass-like shell. Nearby stones are melted. Today, the entire region is desert. This is especially surprising because the ancient historian wrote that King was so impressed by the fertility of Merv that he ordered the city to be surrounded by a defensive wall 250 kilometers long. Researchers discovered vast fields where sand had fused from extreme heat, along with countless tektites. Many described the feeling as if they were standing at the site of a relatively recent atomic explosion. The destruction seen in Uzbekistan resembles what researchers found near the biblical cities of And. According to the Bible, these sinful cities were destroyed by a storm of fire and sulfur sent from heaven. Israeli scientists believe they have identified the location of these ancient settlements. The hills surrounding the sites bear traces of what some describe as divine weapons. The surface is covered in ash, while deep underground the rock itself appears to have boiled. In some places, granite was burned to depths of 5 to 10 centimeters. Even more mysterious, the sulfur found there appears chemically altered in a way that would produce even more heat when burning. Researchers estimate temperatures may have reached 3,300 degrees Celsius, hot enough to liquefy stone and vaporize metal, animals, and human beings alike. In March 2001, scientists from the famous Berkeley Research Center made a sensational statement. According to him, radiocarbon dating of many historical sites and artifacts may be inaccurate because large regions of Earth were bombarded by streams of neutrons and other particles, exactly the kind produced during nuclear explosions. He also pointed to unusual concentrations of uranium and plutonium in the areas he studied. Officially, Firestone cautiously explained these anomalies as radiation from a nearby supernova that exploded approximately 12,500 years ago. But critics argue that a supernova cannot explain traces of plutonium, an element virtually absent in nature and normally associated with artificial nuclear reactions. As we mentioned earlier, legends from around the world speak of a global war involving fantastic weapons, flying machines, and deadly beams capable of erasing entire cities. But these stories are often fragmented and unclear. Why? Researchers have a theory. If a highly advanced civilization was destroyed in a catastrophic war, followed by a nuclear winter and global cooling, most people would naturally perish. The survivors may have fallen back into barbarism. Over centuries, knowledge disappeared, while memories of ancient wisdom survived only through priests and secret societies passing down hidden teachings. These teachings eventually transformed into myths, legends, and fairy tales, whose original meaning was long forgotten. Some researchers even speculate that Earth may once have been attacked by beings from another civilization, forcing humanity to fight for survival. This theory, they claim, could explain why so many craters appear on the visible side of the Moon, while far fewer exist on the dark side. Supporters of the ancient astronaut theory believe that nuclear weapons, or technologies similar to them, may have been provided to early civilizations by extraterrestrial visitors. According to this interpretation, ancient texts and archaeological discoveries could represent evidence that non-human civilizations once intervened in human history, bringing advanced technologies far beyond our understanding. Or perhaps the truth is much simpler. Maybe humanity destroyed itself. Perhaps an ancient civilization became corrupted, descended into war, and vanished in the flames of its own weapons forcing the survivors back into caves and primitive tools. So what do you think? Do you believe the theory of an ancient nuclear war? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.